It's nice. Well, what's the latest news so far?
Uh, I dropped down like 2 ranks,
Oh, what happened?
unfortunately. I don't know. I was playing really well when I hit masters, and then it's kind of like a slow descent downward spiral.
I see. So it's two ranks or two divisions?
Two divisions.
Two divisions, yeah, because I would be
Yeah,
surprised you drop two ranks. Okay.
yeah.
That's okay though. That's okay. Well, what do you notice in your recent games? What have you been
I
struggling with?
feel like I'm just dying for just really dumb reasons. That's I don't feel like it's not that. That's what I feel like happening, but I know it's not the reason why.
Yeah.
It's like I die with teleport on Kiri, or I die with still cooldowns, but I know it's not that. I know there's other reasons why.
Yeah. That's okay. That's understandable. Well, as we suggested before, we could just go with the topics which you wanted. Well, maybe start with one of those. And yeah, do you have any game
Yeah.
we could go over? Any recent
Yes,
one?
I have. I
Nice.
have. Wait, let me send it to you.
Yeah, of course. All right, all right. Let's take a look. From what I remember, you kind of mentioned the problems with mechanics. I don't remember if I asked that, but what's your warm up routine currently? What do you do?
It's Vaxter for a little bit, and probably a quick play game as well.
Yeah, warm up, wax the and how much time it takes? Wax the with quickly.
Like 10 minutes. One quick play game and probably 10 minutes in Vaxter.
10 minutes in wax. Yeah, I think that's good enough. You can potentially also do something what's called try hard FFA. That's what I usually suggest to the
Yeah,
students, but if you have one, because sometimes there are no lobby. Like, for example, here I have
yeah,
one. There's usually one in EU at least. So if you're able to join that as well to just play with that versus other players might be even better.
yeah.
Just increasing the quality of the warm-up slightly, if possible. Something you can write down on your list. But yeah, let me see the gameplay and should be good. Yeah, if you're gonna have any questions, of course, feel free to ask those. And yeah, are you able to see the stream just fine? Is it working for you just fine?
Yeah, it's working just fine.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look. And what's your name in... Oh, it's this. Yeah, Kawabunga. Okay, so playing Bap. Yeah, do you want to focus on your Bap or Kiriko today?
Bit of both. But like if most time a bat would be fine because I feel like
Yeah.
bat the skills are more are more transferable because Kira your positioning is a little bit weirder, but
Yeah, well, because you have a lot of potential to just you have more mobility as a carrier, let's put it
yeah,
this way. You
yeah,
can flank more, you can take off angles
yeah,
more. So yeah, I think well, since it's our one because it's 1 hour session too, I think might be just better to focus on one character at the start. Maybe if we'll have time we can also focus on the second one. But
yeah.
yeah, let's see so far how it looks. Okay. Do you remember? Well, you mentioned kind of been dying for stupid reasons. Anything
Yeah.
else what stands out to you in this map? You think in general?
This map
Yeah.
struggle to find angles on this map to shoot the enemy. I think that's
Yeah.
one of the biggest things on this one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now let's watch. Okay, so there's a lot of support. Yeah, just trying to heal up those guys. You notice there's potential to shoot the enemy. Started doing that. Okay, just putting this in. That's okay. Well, my question to you: what is the reasoning behind just only actively healing your team? Is it because they have a widow?
Widowmaker, yeah,
Okay. So I definitely would say it's okay to keep the widow in mind. Yeah, what I would challenge you to do is, even though they have something what can one-shot you, try to find the moments of time when you can increase the uptime with your pressure. Obviously, if the
yeah,
widow pressures me, okay, the widow is dangerous in general if she's able to one-shot you, yeah? But my question to you, are there points of time when we can potentially do something else, even though there's a widow? Still, yeah, what you gotta keep an
yeah,
eye on. What do you think?
yeah. After she shoots when she's repositioning,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I think it's just let's keep in mind if she's shooting, okay, if she just used the shot, yeah, because it takes a little bit of time to charge. Maybe you can peek for just some sort of damage, yeah, peek out
Yeah.
and shoot. You can also keep in mind if she's not in line of sight, she's just repositioned somewhere else. Like for example, here we can see the widow is over there, okay, she's just
Yeah.
going for this shot over there, okay. Obviously it's gonna be dangerous to you, yeah, but if she's doing
Yeah.
this where she's recharging, you have the time to pressure like you do now, yeah. I would kind of challenge you to try to have those moments of time where you can do that more, because now you definitely have that opportunity as well. Did you see? Because well, there's also a surgeon, something you gotta keep in mind. But yeah, with the position given,
Yeah.
yeah, my question to you: if she goes there and the surgeon over here, are we potentially able to also just heal and shoot this live fever, for example? Yeah, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. So it's small things like that, yeah. Keep that in mind, especially if
Yeah.
we want to enter the high rank. I think just trying to make sure the uptime is there, yeah, because there's a time we can
Yeah.
sneak between the healing and shooting at all times. Something what can cause you just to lose the map sometimes is just the lack of the uptime. You're simply farming the ultimate faster as well, and this makes it easy. Okay, like now, let's see. What do you think? Is there a moment of time where you can also look to just shoot a little bit, like
Yeah.
while
I can just
watching?
peek the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and the peek in the corner and see there's also a shot of the widow. I think it is going like right
Yeah.
now. Okay, it was in Zenyatta. Okay, so maybe I can pick again. Something to keep in mind. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid of that. I think it's just. Oh, of course, there's gonna be potential. Maybe if you're gonna be in those situations, you might even die. But honestly, I still would think about the quality of the pressure. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
emphasis should be on defense, though, if possible. Yeah, my team's pushing up, my team's taking space. Yeah, later then you can be more aggressive. But before, I think just keep in mind on the defense part. It's fine. Okay, so this is just breaking through the choke. Yeah, definitely kind of the same thing with the uptime if possible. But then, yeah, your team's breaking through. Let me see. How are we using our abilities? Well, that is the second question, actually. What do you think? How do you usually use your shift and lamp? What are you aiming to do?
Um, I feel like I need to use. I have a bad habit of using lamp when I could just use my shift.
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed. But generally, if I just need to say someone they're low quickly, just use a shift. But if there's prolonged pressure, like an anti-nade, or in they're in a really bad spot, or they're far away from me, then I use my lamp.
Hmm. I see. I see.
I also, yeah. If there's an opportunity to challenge DPS on high ground, I also try and use my abilities for that.
Yeah. 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 Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, it's just general order. Your shift is cheaper, so you're definitely right.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't want to be using the lamp if possible to use shift
Yeah.
sometimes, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. Okay, so far, team's taking space, pushing up. Might be challenging to break through the choke, but yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's a good pressure, and then start hitting the rest of your teammates there. Okay. Playing pretty safe, but still, yeah, that's exactly what we can do. Just find this
Yeah.
moment of the downtime from them and keep shooting. They did the shot. Okay, I can keep applying pressure. I think it's gonna be alright. Okay, this one is definitely. It feels that, well, you guys should be winning, especially with the window here.
Yeah.
My question to you though, when you are controlling the point, you just have good uptime towards the objective. What do you think your position should be? What's your thoughts? Is it like being here still fine, or should it
I
be anywhere
like
else?
looking back on it. I should probably be on the high ground behind me.
Hmm. Well, possibly. Okay. Okay. But how do you make that decision though? Is it just stay on the high ground no matter what, or it's based on something?
Um, right here, I don't really have any cover, so if they wide swing
Mm-hmm.
me, I don't have anywhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, just stepping two places back and going
Mm-hmm.
inside
Yeah.
the
Like this. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely makes sense. Yeah, because your decisions can be different. Yeah, depends on situation. If you have the window
yeah,
placed just like that, I think it's reasonable. Even just going backwards a little bit, why not? if you're going up, then there's also another thing, but you're not able to pressure this corner actively. Yeah. So if our intention is pressure this corner, step back. Yeah. We can also go here, but then the window placement has to be different, maybe. But so something to keep in mind, I think. Yeah, I don't think it's too big of a thing. Right now, you guys should be winning, and you can get all your cooldowns back. Actually, I think it was reasonable to also answer with the window once they started taking space. Why not? Yeah, let's see. What are we doing now? It seems taking space. You have this. You have this stamina point, and your Zenyatta is here as well. What do you think about your position here? Should it be just thinking about through the lens of the uptime again? What do you think? Should we keep playing card now, or should you try?
I mean, I'm the only one on card. If I wasn't on card, I'd be with where my Ashe is right now.
Yeah. So my question to you, I think it's fine. I think it's fine if there's no one else pushing the card right now. Especially the fact, given you have the mobility, I think the other characters, like maybe only, well, who else? Maybe it's Venture, they can quickly go from one corner to another. Maybe there's also can be even Ashe using the shift. But yeah, you have the mobility so you can play card. But you see, I want you to keep in mind this moments when there is someone else in card. Yeah, should you still be here, or can you try to rotate towards the Ashe now?
Yeah. Should rotate to Ashe now.
Yeah, rotations. Yeah, I think it's kind of, might be something we'll look into. Honestly, a lot of, if you're playing poor character, rotations matter so much. It's just depending on what situation I'm in. It's either I play rotate towards the defensive location, like what you showed here. Yeah, maybe the enemy team, they does something. Okay, I have the defensive rotation, I'm ready to just go inside the building. Or you also can be ready to just rotate aggressively, well, if the map allows you to. Yep, and just, I want you thinking about it this way with my rotations. Okay, you need mostly two things. Okay, so far, and you already mentioned that. Yeah, you need to have cover at all times. Okay, cover is kind of universal. But then another thing to me is just because we're talking about the uptime, is I want your line of sight to be in a space where most of your team is doing something actively. So generally speaking, you need to have this comfortable angle with the long range sideline. Okay, so this is how I would put it: long to mid range with Baptiste. Let's put it this way, because you also need to be using your shift. Yeah, we typically need to get closer with the shift. Yeah, you don't kind of play too far like sniper range. So yeah, it is this position. Yeah, it allows you to do so. Yeah, I think it's reasonable enough. So that is what we're gonna keep in mind. Yeah, rotations to the long side. Yeah, there's no reason to stay on the card now when we have the better line of sight. Yeah, those good long sideline gives us better line of sight. Okay. It's more consistent pressure. Yeah, it always adds up together. That's why I'm paying attention to this. Poke characters, if you play any sort of poke like this one, it's just all the pressure adds up together. You may have like by now maybe 30% ult or maybe 25, I don't know, but all of that adds up together at the end and allows you to maybe win the map. Okay, watching this, what do you think about your position? So the fight is about to start. Maybe we also have to move the card, but when the fight is about to start too, is it
I think
yeah, continue.
like I prefer to be where my Ashe is, but I'd have to rotate around like the front area. Because I was pushing cart, I just had to stay low ground next to cart. I would probably prefer to be where my Ashe is.
Yeah. I would say so. Yeah. Well, at least that. Yeah. Maybe you can even try to take additional position, like thinking about all the long sight lines with better line of sight. Yeah, there are some options. Maybe you can be top right. Maybe I can be up on here. Maybe I can. I don't know. I think, well, here is good enough. Maybe boss sometimes can also be okay. Yeah, but definitely you don't want to be on card. You can put it this way: if the fight is about to start, usually you don't want to be on card. Usually want to move away somewhere, because yes, you've been pushing the point, it's good, but when the fight is about to start, then we have to get an additional advantage. Okay, So you're just gonna be moving away from cart, controlling the point, and then later you can push the cart again. It's just because the cart now it's not giving you too many opportunities to pressure those guys actively. So you kind of now it's limiting you. Yeah, pushing the cart is fine, but I would just kind of step away, yeah, for 2 seconds, okay? Better pressure, what it could cause, yeah, maybe those guys would panic, use something, and then you have better opportunity to use your lamp or something, yeah? Maybe you also have better opportunity to use your shift. Now, your force, let me see how we use our abilities as well. You can even see it's actually sitting there, and you miss your lamp too. You know, it's not because it's, oh, just aim better. I think a lot of it is your position. Yeah, if you have better position, the better line of sight, like we mentioned, I think it's gonna be so much easier for you to do the lamp and also do the shift. So yeah, you can clearly see it now. Okay, any questions about all of that so far, or ever since then?
Sorry, just something from earlier.
Mhm.
Whenever I get window and Kitsune, I kind of try and get as many out as much as throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
So, because they're not really very strong ultimate, so I just keep basically using them on cooldown. Is that something I should like? That's okay. I mean, I obviously don't waste them, but I don't hold them for
So the
very
question
long.
is it okay to use your Kitsune and cooldown and affect most of your team? Yeah, that is the question.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the answer is depends. Depends on situation. I
Yeah.
usually wouldn't chase if you're the only thinking is how to help out most of my teammates directly with ultimate, like affect them with the ultimate. I don't think a lot of times it's too accurate. You may think about it this way, so it's like gonna be more general. Try to make sure your ultimate contributes to the space where most of your team is active. Yeah, but you don't not
Yeah.
necessarily have to keep them inside the ultimate. There are situations where we can try to go by ourselves on the flank, or maybe you can try to pincer the enemy, and this way maybe you're not creating the pass to all of your teammates. Like your Widowmaker, they don't need this, for example, in the back, sitting in the back. Yeah, but it's okay for you to just contribute to the area most of the time where most of your teammates are active. Use it on cooldown. Well, sure, but the thinking is, are you using it to get an advantage or just using it no matter what? Yeah, if you're using it no matter what, then doesn't make sense. Yeah, ultimates are there to give you an advantage, so something to keep in mind too. But all of that depends. And depends. Maybe you can give me the timestamp later as well. We can break it down if we need. So, does that answer the question or any other
Yeah.
questions? Yeah.
No, well, I mean, you'll see how I use it in this game. So
Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, hopefully we get to the part. Yeah. Okay, okay. Well, we can also possibly, it's all up to you. Probably if you do 2 characters today, if you want me to. And it's gonna be, I think, good. We can have enough time, but yeah, if you want me to do 2 characters, then I assume we'll not have time to do live session. But yeah, my question, do you want to maybe try to do live, or you prefer doing this full review, actually?
full review, please.
Okay, that's alright.
Yeah.
Because with applying some of the stuff, sometimes it's also easier when going in the game. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Looking at it now. So now it seems. Well, what do you think? Your positioning, just the uptime wise. What do we discuss? What do you think?
It's a lot better than when I.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What's missing? What do you think? Like, just to be able to help out the most of your team there. What do you think? What you should be doing right now?
I think I can. I think I can stand on top of that wall, but moving up. That's because we're gonna start owning the space. The weight we have control of that space. I could just move into it.
Sure, might be a good addition. What about your resources? Supporting your team is there. What do you think? What should he be doing right now?
Try and lamp venture. Does she have dig though?
They just let me see from your POV. Yeah, because you can make the decision from here. Yeah, so they use.
She doesn't have dig. Yeah.
Yeah. They use it right now. We saw that too. Okay, so something to react to. Yeah, well, just to maybe anticipate as well. But yeah, there is definitely something we can save. Yeah, just make sure that The lamp's being used there. Right. Well. That's alright. Have to give up the space now. Yeah, Hazard may chase us, but it's okay. That's right, we don't have any other cooldowns. I think we're doing okay. And now something like that is happening. Yeah, well, you can't do much about it, at least because you don't have lamp. The only thing is you can do the pressure a little bit more. I still would search for opportunities. Like, see, even now, yeah, if I know I'm pressuring this area, it's just where you can stay right now. Well, there's a wall, obviously, but just something to think about. What is that rotation you will be making if we pressure in this corner eventually? Where can you go?
I can probably be where my Zen is, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think not too bad, yeah. You just at least open up the angle. This is what you will notice a lot of times, yeah. Line of sight, yeah, line of sight on most of your team, and you will try to have the sharper sight line. It's just something what you're gonna be aware of on any longer range character. Like, don't just move and have this short corner, like where you open up it like this way, but you can always move towards the space and open it up this way. You have the mount.
Yeah, I think I have a bad habit of doing that on Baptiste. Whenever I take angles, I take them really shallow.
Yeah.
Even though I'm better in the mid range.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's just the habit is usually gonna be is you're not gonna be moving forward first, but you're always gonna be finding ways to press A or Z key. Just go left or right first, so it's gonna be easier. Like there, okay, they're moving away. Okay, find a way to just open up, go on the right side. Yeah, but it was that, especially now, you can be more active with opening up. Yeah, well, seems like a decent sideline here. Yeah, the May is over there though. well. What do you think?
I definitely did not see the May. How she got there? Oh, she came on the right.
She was there. Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
there was like.
Did not see her.
You can also they also just they just walked when they used the wall simply. Yeah, something to keep in mind. If you're using the window like that, definitely just get in control of the angle first. Make sure you deal with the May. But yeah, the sideline feels is good. Just allows you to do a lot. You have the good line of sight, sharp sideline, control this, all that space. Yeah. Okay. What's gonna happen later? That is exactly what I mean. Like here, you can stay card, yes, but the thing I want you to make sure is happening is when the real fight starts, somehow I want you to be contributing to it, like no matter what. Because if your team dies there, your card's stopping instantly. So it's gonna be really tough. So you see this? Okay, where should you be right now, based on your team's position?
My team.
Yeah.
My team.
Yeah. Again, line of sight on most of your team, pretty much. You just say, I don't want you to be. Well, you can open up, just go on the left side. Yeah, you don't have to move all the way forward. Maybe open up the left, maybe push point, but then realize, okay, the fight starts. When most of your team is fighting, you can see the markers as well. Maybe just also see the abilities, what's being used or not, and then open up the angle at least, and then maybe be ready to use the lamp from far, or just to kind of shoot heal as well. Yeah. Just you'll have to move away, yeah. Obviously the card push slightly, but here, honestly, it's like one of these is to get the card to here, yeah? So it's alright. You just we'll need your team back, and then yeah. It'll be fine. Oh, they're also 4. Yeah, the enemy.
Yeah, they come just DC.
Yeah, well. Oh, okay. I see, like now. You're moving. And see the way you take the angles right now. Well, maybe it's fine to challenge the hazard. Huh. Let me see. How we could challenge. It's just the thing you do after. Okay, like first off, Is there a need to use the shift here? Like not much. Hey, you have cover still, yeah. So that is something, and they also have cover. This guy
Yeah.
here. So you don't have to use it. It's usually just if there's a big commitment, then use your shift. Yes. If there's no commitment there behind the cover, I think it will be okay. And just keep taking the angles like we mentioned. You can just have open up the sideline. Yeah. If I want to pressure this corner, well, I can maybe move this way. I can also do this as well. I think this is fine. Especially if your team pushes up more forward like they do now. That's okay. But we can hold the right side position near the Ash as well. Yeah, well. This right corner is good too. Well, Lump is alright, yeah. Kinda low there. Okay, well. that's alright. Let's see how the next push is gonna be. I definitely think this third point might be harder compared to the first or second because of just the sidelines. Those are not as long, but yeah, we still can find the moments of the uptime there. See what we can do. Yeah, well, team pushing up. What do you think? Your position, controlling that space, is it reasonable? Yeah, what do you think?
I think going top would have been the best idea because Hazard,
Yeah,
we could have jumped me.
yeah,
It's just we just didn't have the space yet.
yeah.
I think it's fine. I mean, I have cover, I have a decent sideline.
You have well, is it decent enough though? Let's. But you have a better sideline.
Probably, I'm not sure.
So mention well. Even
I
the
mean, I
top
could go.
one.
Yeah,
Well, the top, but the hazard can jump. You mentioned, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So something to keep in mind. So see, it's just what you did on this here. You will be taking the good sidelines, the long range sidelines, but just be ready to deal with the threats before. Just make kind of their life uncomfortable before. Maybe poke them out a little bit more, and then it's gonna be easier. But definitely. We don't want to compromise the position too much. Maybe you not necessarily have to go top exactly, but it just it feels that it's really hard to do something from here. And also getting pushed anyway too, because this is the same sideline. You can get pushed, but from the other spots you at least could be brushing hazards before.
Okay.
So, so they will not have as comfortable time. Oh yeah, that's alright. Yeah, let's watch more. Well, probably gonna be the same points again. The uptime, just seeing the rotations, I'm holding the longer sidelines. Okay. What is the part where you play Kiriko? Is it gonna be later?
Oh, I don't play Kiriko on this map. I play it on another map.
Hmm.
This is a full Baptiste map.
Okay. So do you want me to go? Let's just go over Kiriko then. We have the other 30 minutes for her.
Okay. I'll send you it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Or maybe any more questions for that? Maybe there is a specific timestamp you want me to look at the previous game. Anything you're interested in more, or that's enough?
No, it's just yeah, just making sure that I have longer sightlines on Baptiste. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I remember myself. I threw a game because I took like a way too short sightline and then got jumped by Genji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Long sightline cover, and remember, if the fight is about to start, you wanna contribute to the fight. Yeah. Don't wanna play in point. It's really important. Contribute to what most of your team is doing. And the small stuff, yeah, like we mentioned about playing with the Widow, and just also keeping an eye on how you pressure the threats. I think that's another thing. Yeah, let me just also write it down. Okay, pressure potential threats before using an angle. Yeah, because once you get an angle, forget about Mayo. Like, there's hazard there. Okay, what do? You just pressure them first, and then it's gonna be easy. Okay.
Ready for battle.
Okay, what do we have? Okay, so
This
this.
I picked this one in particular because this was a good
Mhm.
one where we had a Zen and we were playing against Dive, and I think I did a really made really poor choices on whether I should be helping my Zen against Dive or just be training backlines.
I see. I see. I see. Okay. Well, because we started with positioning on Bap. What kind of position are you looking for as Kiri? Where are you gonna be?
A
Most
much more
likely.
aggressive off angle,
Hmm.
and about that mid range, basically same range as Bat.
Hmm.
I can be closer if I want to, but
Yeah, actually, it's gonna be kind of mid to close range, let's put it this way. Because his Bab is mid to long. Well, it's not exactly like long as sniper, but as a
yes.
Kiri, because just how your kit works, the shots as well, its projectiles, yeah, you definitely take more shorter sightlines. Yeah, still relatively medium to short. Okay. Also thinking about your comp, who are you gonna support more there, most likely?
I want to be with my Winston and helping dives with my Winston.
Yeah.
Um, so I want, but I'm looking at my Zen. I'm like, oh, I might have to help him if he gets in trouble. But I have to be really careful just to make sure I don't throw and die with him.
Mm. If you would have someone like Ano, Bap, where would you be then? Instead of Zen.
When I have Arno Bab, I generally take much more aggressive. I try and take much more aggressive
Yeah.
off angles because I know Arno and Bab can heal my team more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I think because there's this composition is a lower healing oriented. You will keep an eye on the Winston more, but I still want you to try to search for
Yeah,
opportunities where you can take angles with a
yeah,
Tracer or Sombra.
yeah.
Something to keep in mind. Yeah, let's see. Now, it's always gonna be this question. Like, do we have the time? Just maybe set up on the angle. Possible. Yeah, there's normal pressure and you remember what was the main struggle in here? On this map? If there's was one, of
Mm.
course.
Yeah, I just kept dying. Honestly, I had so many deaths, and my
Skip that.
backline kept dying.
Okay, let's watch,
Yeah,
Guys, so this is a really interesting matchup too, because you're playing versus the divers as well.
yeah.
And I want you to think about it, and it's gonna be similar, honestly, to what I mentioned before. Um, it's just understanding the map control, okay? Like how do we put it? Let's just go back. Okay, so we're starting here. Okay, Winston dives us, and then attention is on the Winston, and then he dives you, and then there is a pressure from the Tracer, which kills Zenyatta. Okay, so thinking about the goal of this comp, okay, the enemy comp. When the Winston dives in, what follows after? What do you expect? What kind of pressure you expect from
Uh,
the enemy team?
the Tracer,
Uh,
Tracer and Genji as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Trying to
Tracer.
yeah, taking a really aggressive angle.
Yes,
Also,
Tracer.
anti node, but
Yeah, exactly. You can separate all the. This feels like the pattern. You can separate all what we mentioned on just 3 steps. Remember, we mentioned, okay, rotations are really important. That is where it's going to be your first step. You need to take the good position. Okay, you need to make sure you're ready to
yeah,
rotate and just take the position. It was mostly on Bap. Well, on Kiriko, it can be the same, but so far it feels that initial position been okay. Yeah, we had a good line of sight. We been able to do everything, just contribute to the divers, maybe shoot the enemy Winston, the start. It was okay, I think. Yeah. What kind of issues we have after though is this. And that's what you had problems with sometimes too. When you just set up on the angle, you forget about controlling space. You just forget about who is gonna pressure you, and you die to them. Remember the Mei? Yeah, remember there's like, okay, maybe there's a hazard as well, maybe you're over aware of that guy, but you're not shooting them. Yeah, I want you to find the way to just pressure. Yeah, control so the pressure. That is gonna be your second step. And once you're in control of the space, you can just use the space. You can just do whatever you want. Okay? So right
yeah.
now, if I'm controlling all that space, I want to be in control. Just watch you. Who I should be shooting? Like, is it Winston or anyone else? Who I should be shooting first? What is exactly gonna be threatening to your team right now? What you should be shooting? What do you think?
I'd probably try and get some shots on the Tracer.
Tracer.
early so that
Yeah.
when she does, to try and force a recall or something.
Yeah, because honestly, even just landing body shot is enough. But Winston, you can shoot him for a really long time, and there's not much you can force. Obviously, if
Yeah.
there's a Discord, maybe
Yeah.
okay, he's really invested, all the abilities, no bubble, no armor. Sure, shoot them, but see the follow up. This is what kills your team. Actually, this Tracer kills your backline,
Yeah.
and actually Anna is taking really aggressive angle as well. That is something to keep in mind. You just remember
Yeah.
about controlling the angles. Just shoot threatening, I just say threatening angles. Okay, what I was threatening right now, you need to put the pressure on, and it's not Winston. Yeah, Winston is gonna dive, yeah, but you can't do much. Well, you can, but it's just you're gonna do more by pressuring the Tracer, and then later you can also maybe pressure this guy after you done the map control. Yeah, you see, like now these guys, they've been not even contested, I think. If you look at them, I think that only your Tracer been shooting them a little, and then now they have the free time to do whatever they want to, honestly. So it's just really tough. That's how you protect the backline, yeah? Shoot the divers more. It doesn't make sense, or any questions?
No, that makes sense. So
Mhm.
should I position differently at the start of that fight?
I think we did okay.
Should I be with my Winston? Try to.
Well, you can be also setting up proactively. Let me see. And do you have time to do that?
Yeah.
Like, kind of, you get jumped on, so it's okay. Maybe you can stay slightly longer here if you want to. Like, stay slightly longer, deal with Winston, then go back. But yeah, you probably end up here anyway, because there's nowhere else to go. I'm not sure if you should just TP to the Winston, but yeah, maybe you can just TP more further up, like Sombra, and then you stay at the wall or something. So you still get the support, but you're gonna be safe, you know? It's just kind of also acting as a bait a little bit. Yeah, you don't have mobility, but you have a lot of support with your teammates and Suzu as well. So you probably win the Tracer duel there. So that is what I probably can be doing. Yeah. But it's definitely not moving towards here, yeah. You just win the angle first, yeah. Win this, and then you will be you will be supporting that Winston eventually too from here. See the opportunity, deal with the Tracer, the Anna, and the Anna later. Why not? I think it's not too bad, yeah. But secure the space first. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's gonna happen later. Yeah, it's been. And there's Sombra. Well, have to support the Winston a little bit. Push forward. And that's why you gotta be aware again. You took the angle, and now this is the time where you just push the enemy divers away. You have to deal with them. You have to deal with the Tracers. You have to deal with the Genjis. SOC? Like right now, maybe supporting Winston, generally speaking, is okay, but where the enemy divers are right now. You see this? See what's happening now? Well, it's also... Yeah. It's kind of this type of pressure. What do you think? Your attention, should it be with the Winston now, or should it be helping this angle a little bit more? Think about it.
Should be helping the Sombra.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Sombra is preferable here.
Oh, did I say? Did you? Yeah. Yeah.
I see it. Yeah. So you see, this is exactly what I mean. It's just finding those times to also take the angles, preferable, but you will be dealing with the enemy divers, so you kind of gonna be taking and then controlling space after, and honestly, you're gonna have a good line of sight to help your Winston too. You see, if I'm able to take the angle where I'm able to support the Winston, I think it's gonna be fine. Because you're totally right that the Winston needs more healing. But from the position where you started, it's not possible, and you forgot about the map control. So now, the divers have all the space in the world. Yeah, Sombra is dead. Yeah, and Winston and Genji, they have a free time to just use the angle. Yeah, they just can go back in and do whatever they want. So this is how it happens. Alright. Same thing here. What are you gonna be shooting right now? What have you forgot about? You see this? Right there.
Tracer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, it requires some game sense, but it's just always, you need to be... I usually suggest just do the exercise. To be able to shoot threatening angles, you need to also be tracking what's threatening. How do you do that?
Yeah.
Well, you can maybe just press tab, okay, and after that you look at their comp and predict what. Well, just think what is gonna be threatening to you. First off, maybe find like 2 threats. Okay, maybe it's Genji, Tracer, and then after that you just predict the allocation. Okay, track threats. Yeah, think where they are. Just writing it down for us to. And after you can position. You can position and adjust your cooldowns too. Okay, does it make sense? It's a kind of position, adjust your cooldowns, and adjust damage as well. Yeah, does it make sense? I cannot hear you actually right now.
Really?
Oh,
Wait, can you hear me now?
now I can. Now I can. Yes, something was off.
Sorry, yeah, I don't know why I am speaking. I don't know why it's not coming through. Sorry.
That's okay. No, now it's on. Yeah, so makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's keep watching. I see that axe pressure, two shots. If you know that she's there, I think you're probably just
Yeah.
able to maintain the space, and then now the rest of your team is safe too. And yeah, it's just so awkward now because you end up in this situation and you're really low. Might be difficult. The same problem starts here. You're doing this, make sure you get rid of the divers first. Once you get rid of the divers, if there's no one here, then you're gonna be fine. Seems like you're not contested, so you can be doing whatever you want to right now. Just use the space for free. Yeah, well, a little bit chaotic, but that's okay. Just reset. Yeah, there's not much we can do. Okay, the fight starts now. More support on Winston? Fine. Yeah, using Kitsune? Okay. Let's see. Anyone else to pressure there? That's one of the things where some anticipation could help. Like right there, who do you expect to pressure your... who do you expect to pressure your Zenyatta again?
Winston.
Winston? And?
Tracer. Yeah.
Tracer, yeah, exactly. So this is exactly how you switch. Yeah, most of the attention on Winston, sure, but also don't forget about the angle control. And like right now, you should be shooting the Tracer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like 1-2 shots.
Yeah.
Support this guy a little bit. Maybe he dies, by the way. He probably will die most of the time, to be honest, playing versus this comp. But at least you just make them use more resources, so it's gonna be easier for you guys to control space.
Yeah.
That's how I would go about it. Oh yeah. Oh, still, we're done relatively fine. I think the Kitsune, proactive Kitsune, doing a lot, helping the Winston. Most of the attention went on that. It's good. Now this guy's low. Nice. I dealt with them. Now don't forget about this. Yeah, the angles. Yeah, Winston, attention on him. Didn't forget about Tracer. Nice. You just shoot them away, and you're gonna be good. Okay, same thing here. Setting up, deal with the Tracer. Okay, Tracer's out. Now deal with the Sombra, probably. Like, searching for Sombra where they might be. Okay, Tracer's still on, sure. Let's see. What do you think you could have done here?
This is exactly why I chose this code, because I don't know. I feel like I should just let my Widow die. Because she was just so out of position away from the team.
Just let her die there and then, well... Stay. Then what do you do in this case? If you're not helping the Widow, then what do you do?
Help my monkey. I'll probably try and I don't know. I actually don't know which position to take. Like my monkey tries to counter dive the other monkey, so. But I don't want to follow him because that just makes my back, to my back against the enemy in that situation.
Why do
so I think it's just wrapping around the building, maybe.
Yeah, wrapping around like, let's say this way. Sorry, this way. Oh, this way.
Yeah.
A, B.
Oh, the first way. A.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, potentially. Potentially, that's what it feels like. So you're able to support the Widow. Your thought process is just a lot of times try to enable your teammates and disable theirs. They are frustrated. Like right now,
Yeah.
it just feels like no one else is doing something effective. So well, makes sense. But also the question to you is the fight is about to start, and I see it is similar to the BAP again. The fight is about to start. See where you're playing right now. You're
Yeah.
playing on the robot. Well, it's fine. Maybe it's
Yeah.
a high mobile character to play in the robot if you're confident that your position is gonna be fine later when you rotate once the fight starts. Yeah, maybe you can CP out. But right now, see,
Yeah.
this gives you a lot of just missed opportunities. Yeah, if the fight is about to
Yeah.
start, I know this guy's about to dive in. I not necessarily have to play there. Yeah, even that position on the top could give you the potential to just support the Widow slightly more, or I don't know, move away here because you expect the fight here, and then you would see the Widow. Yeah, you see, it's a lot of planned positioning too. You usually, when the fight is about to start, don't stay on card, so you'll not be forced to move away that fast. That's what it feels. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, any questions about this part too, or everything's clear?
Yeah, I'm just making sure that when I take angles and have like take space, I need to make sure I keep controlling it
Mhm.
and making sure I because I definitely would take space and forget about who would be able to punish me by doing that.
Yeah.
It's something I definitely do.
Yeah, yeah. This is the part. This is the part of the game sense, and that is what I want to talk about anyway. Yeah, just to start training that again, the exercise. Try to press tab, track threats, think where they are, and position. It's just like 1, 2
Yeah.
is gonna be good enough. The good start, and try to do something
Yeah.
else after. Mm-hmm. Later you can start talking more and more and more, and it's gonna be fine. Support on the Winston is good. He was the most active, maybe a little bit too much, but it's okay. See, this is where, yeah, this is where you exactly need to be mindful about it, especially when your Winston is down. Where do I put my attention on? You see, like, where do you expect the pressure to be from the enemy from the enemy? Is it, well, you see, yeah, is it the Sombra or the Scaz, most likely? What are you gonna be supporting first? And why?
Sombra.
Sombra, why?
Somebody's taking a bit more of an aggressive angle,
Yeah,
and as a diver, you'd much prefer to be diving the Sombra instead of the Cass. Because
yeah.
that's his roll and flash.
Yeah, exactly. You will be helping characters with high mobility, just something to keep in mind, it's general rule.
Yeah.
Because now the
Yeah.
Cass is fine. He has this okay position, and
Yeah.
just help out the divers first, and then maybe add extra shots to the Winston, and then you can control this space here. Okay. Yeah, well, it's alright. Kind of rolled in unnecessarily, but yeah, well, this is where your priorities should switch, I think. Right after, okay. So this happens. Okay, you're maybe supporting the cast, but then I also wanted to be anticipating this, the other stuff on the map. So there's a Sombra. They don't have Tracer because she's here. Yeah, she's over there. So probably your priorities, yeah, exactly. It has to be. It's like, when do you make that decision? Yeah, the question. You also have your Kitsune. What do you think? Just how are you gonna be using it? what are you aiming to do?
Yeah. Generally, I'm going to start the team fight with my team, with Kitsune, and then find another angle when I use it.
You see, this fight it's kind of tough. Yeah, well, we even almost lost this fight, but you have, well, actually, yeah, there's a high chance you're losing this right now. Yeah, and the Kitsune was on. Yeah. Usually it's kind of the rule of thumb, if you have ultimate and the fight lost, then something's off, usually. You usually want to figure out the way how to use the ultimate to contribute to the fight, yeah? So my question to you, especially the information given we used, what do you think you could have done with the ultimate here? Is there a way?
Please,
Do something?
probably at the start of the fight, maybe TP to my Zen and then use the Kitsune from my Zen to my Winston. Sorry, my Roadhog.
Hmm. And you think you start where? So to start it at the start of the fight, you start
On my Zen.
right now, yeah? Or like just
Yeah.
before the fight? See, I think it's good what you're doing here as well. You kind of maybe secure the angle, but you just
Yeah.
maybe get ready to also use the Kitsune after, kind of like put more emphasis
Yeah.
on this. Yeah, you secured the angle sort of. You got get rid of this guy, and then like now is the time where we could be doing that. Maybe, yeah, just maybe switch between the priorities faster. And this way you can also pressure the divers. See, it's maybe not necessarily peel for the Zenyatta, just kind of deal with them directly. I mean, just heal them directly, but rather think about how do you pressure the divers first. Yeah, that's what I think is going to be really, really valuable. Okay, okay. Yeah, so this is the thing about the Kitsune. Okay, well, we have some time left, so let's just maybe use this time to summarize all what's been mentioned, and if you're gonna have any questions, we can go with those. Yeah, so far, what do you think? What do you need to work on based on our session today?
Making sure at the start of the fight, I'm proactively getting ready for it. I'm not like on cart. Because I did notice quite a lot that wasn't able to get many 3rd point captures in the last few days.
Mm-hmm.
I basically never actually get to that point, so that's probably something to do with the fact that on attack I never set up, or like pushing cart I never set up, and I just stay on cart, or somewhere close, and then be in a poor position at the start of team fight. So for Bap, just make sure I take longer sight lines, and making sure when I take sight lines, I'm aware of the dangers that might prevent me from taking that space.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Kiri, it's the same kind of concept, just being aware of the enemy composition, what the enemy composition wants to do, and how I can more effectively stop what they want to do, and ways to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sounds like a plan, and Team Com definitely can give you the good understanding a lot of times as well. Yeah, you look at your comp, look at the enemy, it's just gonna be so much easier for you to identify what to do. Yeah, makes total sense. Okay, with the point, I think the stuff you mentioned, setting up, really important. I don't think it's too bad to push the point too, but just be ready when the fight is about to start. You cannot be on cart most of the time. You have to just contribute to the space somehow. Yeah, maybe with the Kiri, it's try to TP or just move somewhere. Or maybe as Bap, we mentioned, okay, just also maybe try to charge your boots, go up, or maybe open up the angle, stuff like that, really. Start with also trying to anticipate the threats is going to be a big help. We can see how the progress is going to be on that. Mechanically, it's purely mechanics. I think it's alright. A lot of it is going to be solved, I think. It's going to be good to solve through the game sense too. You think about it, if you predict where certain threats are, then it's going to be easier for you to reposition your crosshair too. So you can put the crosshair in the exact corner where the enemy exists, and then it's easier to aim. You're not under too high pressure. You're not suddenly just reacting to a lot of stuff. So that sounds good. Okay. Well,
uptime on my Bat as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all these topics. Uptime achieves through rotations, I think, mostly. First off, it's going to be taking the position, how you rotate. Long sight line, make sure there's a sharp sight line with cover, sync with your team. You have kind of good line of sight on most of your team, gonna be alright. Same applies to Kiri, but with Bap, it's just more poke should be done. Yeah, more poke consistently. Something to keep in mind, okay? So I'm gonna write it down. More poke damage before the fight. Okay, if possible, just find a moments of the downtime from the enemy, and it's gonna be good. Okay, do you have any final questions then for today? Is there anything else?
So for Kiri, let's say I'm going up against a double hit scan comp. So like I see it, I'm like, I see that they want to control the main sightlines. Like a good idea then would be to take an aggressive sightline, try and get the hit scans to look away from my tank. Would that be a good idea?
Yeah. Usually, yeah. Again, I would see fully what your compass there is. But yeah, if it sounds like mostly what you'll notice if they have a lot of hit scan, you're gonna be taking more deeper angles, yes, but also make sure it's a short sideline too. So it's not long sideline suddenly. You don't want to be sniping their snipers. And it's gonna be a more challenging task to do. Yeah.
But to say one of them, the hit scan swaps to Genji then. I'm like, well, they have Genji. I want to make sure that Genji can't take the angles he wants and try and contest those angles. So I can't let him get close on like a good high ground or something like that.
Okay. This is gonna be because just the fact the Genji itself alone, it's like not enough to make a decision to always shoot the Genji. Let's say I will give you an example. They have the Genji, but they have dive team, and they have also like 2 hit scans, like maybe or not 2 hit scans, but 2 long range characters like Widow and Ana. And then you're gonna be ignoring the Genji most of the time. You're just dealing with their hit scan. Yeah, or maybe there's other way around. Yeah, so see, it might be good to maybe also just go over the team comms a little bit more in general. Might give you more direction as well, because that was kind of win conditions overall. But yeah, as a general target priority, like right now, I think it's good to put it this way. What is gonna be threatening the team fight, like my team, me at the moment? If I look at the 2 comms and then make a decision what to shoot, yeah, it's not always the fact itself that there's a Genji, who good enough to make you shoot that. But see the situation. I think it's gonna be easier this way. Yeah, that does it make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for the dive, just making sure I try and be proactive in poking out the dive before it happens.
Before the well, versus the dive, usually yes.
Yeah.
Especially if you have more poke elements, yeah, especially. If you have more divey team than them, let's say you just have stronger dive, then, well, you can maybe ignoring the divers a little bit more sometimes, but yeah, usually, even just dive versus dive matchup, usually how it goes, you just need to make sure you secure your own angles, so maybe you push the Tracer out, or you push the Genji out, okay, now your Tracer has the angle, you have the angle, so you can just dive in. Yeah, and usually that's how it goes, if it's mirror, a dive versus dive. Yeah. Does it make sense too?
And for Brawl, I'd generally prefer, as if I was playing Kiriko against Brawl, I just try and take deeper sight lines.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah, and just really annoy them.
Usually surround. Yeah, usually surround. Again, depends on what kind of team you got to. But usually, yeah. Usually it's gonna be just split their resources, they look around, they start sending resources in multiple directions, and it's gonna be easier for your team to control space. You're right. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, nice. Does it answer the questions? All the questions?
Yeah, I've actually figured. Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, all good. All good. Yeah, maybe if there gonna be any questions later, always feel free to message me, send me questions, maybe even message me with timestamps. Maybe there is something you want me to review more. Yeah, we can do that 100%. And yeah, I think that's it for the most part for today.